Hello, my name's Matt, and I'm an addict. Hi, Matt. No, I'm kidding. I've been sober for over 5 years now. That was kind of my number, that I wanted to hit, so that I felt like I was in the clear. Well, I shouldn't say in the clear. I'm sorry. I take that back entirely. Never say you're in the clear. Never let your guard down. Once you're an addict, you're always an addict, and you've got to keep your guard up, and you got to protect your sobriety as if it's your first day. Anyway, because I say that because, I've had someone ask me, how did, I knew someone who was sober for 14 years or whatever, and how did this person relapse? How did that happen? I was like, well, he let his guard down. He thought he was in the clear. He thought, it's no big deal. I can do it, over the weekend or whatever. And it's no big, whatever. It's never just over the weekend. Not with addicts. I've also known other people who could do it just over the weekend, and that was whatever. I'm not gonna say that's okay, but Anyway, so I made it to my 5 year mark. I'm like, okay, now I'm at the point now where I can help people, and actually, what I intend to do something I wish I had had whenever I was going through dope sickness, whenever I was going through all of that, the whole process of getting clean, going to jail, getting out of jail, staying at, crashing at my dad's, trying to get through, the dope sickness and then ultimately the withdrawals, and then get your body to start making serotonin and all that again. And it's rough. It's very rough. I had a couple of books, but, they were usually written by famous people, rock stars. Nikki Sixx's Heroin Diaries. I highly recommend it. It's a great book. The follow up to the book, actually, called This Is Gonna Hurt, was probably it was better. But anyway, and those were helpful. But I really kind of, looking back, I wish I'd had someone like me that could have just been like, hey, just, read this, or, because I'm writing a memoir and about my time. And it would have been great if I'd had something like that to read, some kind of companion, because you feel so alone whenever you're going through that. If you're in active addiction, and I know several people who are, at work and whatever, they're everywhere. My heart breaks for you because I know how it feels. And my goal in life at this point is to be there for you, be there for the families, Families don't always know how to handle these kinds of things. And I'm not saying enable, not at all. Actually, quite the opposite. Don't ever enable an addict. If you're doing anything that is enabling them, stop. Because you should just stop, please. Because at this point, especially with the way things are now with fentanyl, it's crazy. People are dying. People are dying, and it's not good. Anyway, getting back to what I was getting at. So my goal in life at this point is to be a resource for addicts. I really like working with addicts once they're clean. I think that would probably be more my strength to, because the beautiful thing about hitting rock bottom, once you're there and you're coming back up, is the fact that you've got nothing else to lose. The sky's the limit. You should go start a business. Do something with yourself. And, like if you're an employer, I highly recommend you hire addicts. I mean, I'm not saying that addicts are great. Well, they are great employees as long as they're clean, because addicts go 100 miles an hour, 1,000 miles an hour, or zero. We don't know moderation, we do something, we do it to death. And that's good as long as it's something that's healthy. When we're using drugs, that's obviously not good. And I'm on a mission. I want to be a resource for people who are coming out of addiction, new to sobriety, whatever I can do to help people, because I know that you need it. I know that there's not much out there, and there's the stigma involved. There's, if you're doing maintenance meds, that's nobody's business but your own. Nobody's gonna. I don't. Well, I shouldn't say nobody's gonna judge you, because lots of people will. So you need to. That's something you're just gonna have to deal with. And I'm not going to use old slogan, live a life on life's terms, because I don't believe in that either. I live a life on my terms. And I recommend you do the same. And, well, okay, maybe life on life's terms while you're getting your stuff together, but once you've gotten there, then live life on your terms. Go out and conquer something. Do something big. Why not? What have you got to lose? I mean, you've already lost it all, right? You know. And for those of you who are loved ones of addicts, my heart breaks for you too, because I understand. You've tried everything. You don't know what to, I know you tried it. My family did the same thing. They tried everything. And you're just like, oh God, there's no getting through to them. And you're right, there isn't. Until an addict's ready to get clean, you're probably not going to get them clean. And they're not going to get clean for their kids. They're not going to get clean for you. They got to get clean for themselves. Now, it may be because of their kids. Like in my case, I was like, if I don't straighten up, I'm not going to be able to see my kids graduate high school, for example. And I went to both my kids' graduations. That's a big deal. I mean, when you've been to jail, you've been to court-ordered rehabs, and all that good stuff. Then you're looking at if I get in trouble again, I'm probably going to prison. And that's if I am even alive. Because with the way things are now with this fentanyl, that ain't no joke, man. That is no joke. I know someone who passed away from fentanyl, took a fentanyl pill. They said one of those pills was enough to kill 25 people. Now, I understand that's people who'd have no tolerance. But that's still ridiculous. You're wanting to kill people when you put something like that on the street, period. Now, some people are like, no, I don't want to kill anybody. I don't really care. Well, fine. But if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. I'm trying to be a part of the solution. And in that, I am going to be here for you. I'm going to help you any way I can. Just basically be a resource to let you know that you're not alone. And you got people rooting for you. Love you guys.